Hi, and welcome to Maverick and Dempsey's Rundown. We got a lot of stuff to cover from this weekend. It was just an epic week of so much wrestling, so much boxing. That's what we're going to be covering in this one. All right, so let's just start with a big one. All right, CM Punk is back. That's the biggest news of the week for me. CM Punk returned on AEW Rampage to open the show. The music hits. Cult of Personality, Living Color. Everyone goes crazy. Everyone goes nuts. It's what we've all waited for. So we're very glad CM Punk is back. He comes out. He gives. He showed so much emotion. He gave another epic speech, and very reminiscent of the pipe bomb on Raw. Set in the middle of the ring, just like he did a decade ago. It was just amazing. He's going to fight Darby Allin. That's going to be his first contest. I don't know why it's going to be Darby Allin. I don't know what the plan is or the idea is there, but I'm interested in it. I think it's going to be a hell of a match. I think that's all it is. Kind of when Bret Hart came back from not a retirement, but from a hiatus, he wanted Stone Cold Steve Austin. That's who he wanted to dance with because he wanted to have the best dance partner he possibly could. And I think that's what CM Punk is doing. I think CM Punk wants to go with a red-hot Darby Allin because you can't jump straight to Kenny Omega. He's at the top of the food chain, but if you want a guy that's going to give you that match, that's going to give you that credibility right off the bat, win, lose, or draw, it's going to be a great match. Darby Allin is a guy that can definitely accomplish that. Also, even just if physique-wise, if we're speaking aesthetically speaking, seeing CM Punk against Darby Allin, it makes sense aesthetically. Neither one is a bodybuilder. They're both workers. I think that's going to help to Punk's advantage coming back because he is a little smaller, a little thinner. All right, he hasn't been hitting the weights too hard. I think he's been doing a lot of cardio and a lot of MMA training he was up to. But anyway, so that was the big news. All right. So Saturday, Saturday we had the big pay-per-view, Pacquiao and Ugas. All right, let's cover that real quick. This is the first pay-per-view in a long time, maybe the first pay-per-view ever that I ordered in boxing where I was already satisfied after the first couple fights that this was money well spent. Because you always worry about that 3-4 fights are terrible, then you finally get a good fight at the end, or even worse than that, it's just terrible all throughout. That's happened a number of times. That's why I stopped ordering Floyd Mayweather pay-per-views like 10 years ago, long before he was retired, because it just wasn't going to be worth it. All right, Manny Pacquiao puts on a show. All right, so I had faith in him, but he wasn't the show this time. He wasn't the main event. I mean, he was the main event in marquee and in name, but not in the contest. The undercard bouts I thought performed way better. And honestly, my highlight was Robert Guerrero defeating Victor Ortiz. There were a few rounds, older guys that they kind of took off and the crowd got anxious and started booing. But from a TV standpoint, it was fun to see the guys on the inside and fighting and just, trying to clobber each other. So I actually preferred that and liked that style of fighting. So it wasn't as aesthetically pleasing to the audience. There's that word again. But if for the TV audience, I think you got your money's worth. And Robert Guerrero went up, and he was the only pick of mine that won that night. So I was very happy with that. Good match, good victory. I want to see what Robert Guerrero does in the future. I'm one of the old guys rooting for another old guy, so I'm anxious to see what Robert Guerrero does in the future. On the other pay-per-view side, we had SummerSlam. All right, we had the big pay-per-view. Okay, I was impressed. I was very impressed. The matches that some people are like, I don't really care as much, RK Bro and AJ Styles and his bodyguard, almost, however you say his name. And I've heard his name many times. I for some reason, that's just when I have trouble, like the word aluminum, I just have trouble saying it. But anyway, all right. I like that match. I thought it was a good match. Not a great match, but a good match. There were some things on it that didn't really make any sense. There were a couple skip matches. I don't care about Sheamus. I don't care who he's fighting. Damian Priest, Damian whoever. All right, I skipped that one. We had the return of Becky Lynch. Holy crap, we got another huge return. And me and my daughter went nuts watching that. Becky's back. I don't like how the match went. I thought that was a complete waste of Bianca Belair. That was terrible. It was reminiscent of WrestleMania 9, Hogan and Yokozuna after Bret Hart goes down. So I did not like that. But I'm happy Becky Lynch is back. I want to see where it goes. I'm not going to judge it too harshly right away, but it was pretty... I liked the return. I didn't like the match. I don't think anybody did. I don't think anybody watching liked that at all. I don't know who made that decision, but that was a terrible decision. All right. So we had another return. We had Brock Lesnar. Brock Lesnar's back against Roman Reigns again, but getting a different look here. All right, so I'm excited. I actually am excited. I'm excited. I haven't been excited about Brock Lesnar having a match, period, in a long time, but I'm excited to see Brock come back and be the babyface taking on Roman Reigns. I'm excited about that. Goldberg Lashley, just a dumpster fire. That was terrible. All right, John Cena. I hope you're going for good, man. I just don't care. Okay, Nakamura. What was the point of that? I have no idea. All right. Edge and Seth Rollins, match of the night. Started slow. I didn't like the outside fighting, and I didn't like the slow build-up. It was kind of like, where are they going? You know, did I make a mistake thinking this was going to live up to the hype? No, I didn't. It was an amazing match. Amazing. Edge even brought the Edge, all the finishers, the Edge-o-matic, the execution. Okay, we expected those. All right, the Educator. The leg lock, the short-lived leg lock that he had for like a few months and then he just abandoned, he brought that back. Oddly enough, I just told my daughter about it right before it happened. Like, oh, look at that. He got Edge-o-matic and Execution. And he even had one called the Educator. He's doing the Educator. So that was exciting. I had fun seeing that, all right? That was cool. That was the match of the night. I'm happy Edge got the victory. I want to see where it goes now. It definitely lived up to the hype and lived up to the 7-year build-up between him and Seth Rollins. So that I'm excited about that. NXT's happening literally right now. Not watching it right now. I'm gonna have to catch it on the replay, find out what happens there. And I don't think my co-host is coming in on this one. Were you gonna make an appearance or not? Yeah, I guess she's not. All right, so that'll do it for Maverick and Dempsey's rundown, minus the Dempsey. She's been sick, and I think she's just in a room watching YouTube, as she does. So, all right. Tune in next time, the next episode. Peace.